Hello, my name is Ryan Harper, and I'm the host of Reporter's Notebook. Today, we had the talented host and evening anchor, Courtney Cortright, with us today. Courtney, how you doing?
Hi, Ryan. Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun.
It's nice having you up here. Courtney, do you mind introducing yourself to the audience today?
Yeah, thanks so much again for having me. The last time I was actually in this digital studio was with former digital reporter Emily Seffert. So it's been a while. It's nice to be back in the digital studio. But for those of you who don't know, my name is Courtney Cortright, and I do the 5:30 with my co-anchor, Ken Watlington, Monday through Friday. And then I also do the 10 p.m. on the Eastern North Carolina CW. So the 5:30 is on WNCT, and the 10 is on Eastern North Carolina CW. And I also am the host of 9 on the Positive Side, which is just, Brian, it is so much fun. Just being able to put together good, positive stories that, you know what, we need nowadays. I mean, we've always needed good news, but just to have a show that goes from North Carolina, beyond North Carolina, to California, to all around and across the country, to have only good stories that can inspire you, make you smile, make you laugh. And it's just been a joy for me. So I hope it's been a joy for everybody else to watch.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I watch you on the website.
Yes.
I watch you on the website on Sundays when I first wake up before I work out, and it's always nice to have that little bit of extra energy before you start your day on your Sunday.
Yeah,
to
kickstart your weekend.
Yeah. So how did you come up with Not on the Positive Side?
So actually, our news director, Bernie Ritter, said to me that they were thinking about this idea. It's crazy to think I've almost been here 2 years. Time flies. But when I first started, they said, hey, we're thinking about, doing a new show that is only good news, and we think you would be a good fit for it. And I was like, positive news? Yeah. The joke is that I always come into the newsroom smiling, So that's how that all started. And then our former producer, Daniel, is now at WNCN in Raleigh at our Next Star station. But he and I just kind of gathered stories, put things together. And then I was like, you know what? I can also go out in the community and get the stories that are happening right here in Eastern North Carolina, like our reporters do every day. So we kind of crafted it as, local news. And then we're like, but there's so much other things happening that is so great in local, but also so great in across the country.
Right. So I have to ask, since I've been keeping up with your Not on the Positive Side, do you have any stories recently that you worked on? Besides the obvious, which we'll get to in a little bit, is there any stories that stick out to you?
Yeah, the obvious is the one that you and I worked on, which I'm very grateful that you and I went and did that together. But we'll get to that. I think a lot of the stories here in Eastern North Carolina, I just can't say it enough, is that the people that I meet in Eastern North Carolina are just incredible. They're so heartwarming. The stories are so heartwarming. Right. The people really care about others and they want to give back. So, oh my gosh, I can think of so many stories that I've done. One that stands out is a story that actually was the same reason why I was in this digital studio with former digital reporter Emily Seffert, was Clara's story. Clara is amazing. Their family is just incredible. And the Jacquard School was raising money so she could get a service dog, which was, oh my gosh, it's heartwarming. I mean, how could you not smile, knowing that the community is coming together to help a little girl, right?
Right.
And I actually just did a story the past week on a local Girl Scout who is actually looking for donations for the Maynard Children's Hospital in Greenville. And she's looking to provide care kits to the children that are there. So she's talking, blankets, coloring utensils. So that would be like colored pencils, markers, whatever it is, right? There's a whole list of donations on our website that you can check out. But just those stories, I mean, the positive side is great because all the stories have one thing in common. Not only the obvious, that they're positive side,
right,
but people are either giving back or doing something good to help others.
Right. And you know what? We need that nowadays, something positive that gives you a break from reality and puts a smile on your face.
Yeah. And you know what? It's great because the feedback that, and Angie and I are Angie Casada and I were talking about it yesterday. People have reached out to me and said, thank you so much for 9 on the positive side.
Right.
We need good news.
Right.
We just need a show that's all about good news. And yes, we want you to watch our local newscasts, of course. Like, we want you to tune in, right? But you know what? Sometimes if you just need a break, you don't even have to wait for 9 on the positive side to actually, be shown on air. You can rewatch our old episodes. Like you were talking about, you go to the website and you watch. That website has everything for you. We actually put all of our shows on there. So you can say, if you wake up, and I gave the example the other day, if you wake up at midnight and you're like, I just need some good news. Or if you're up at midnight, right? You can go right to our website. It's at like your fingertips, and you can go and watch those extra shows that we have too.
Right. Now, for the main feature of today's episode of Reporter's Notebook, I would like to talk about the story that me and you did together.
Yes.
Would you mind doing us a favor and telling the audience about the story we worked on recently?
Well, let me just say, this story, I don't know about you, Ryan, this story was just so much fun. So much fun. We actually did a story together. Ryan is an incredible photographer. So he came out and kind of showed me, I'm learning more about how to use my camera with my phone, use my phone camera, and all that kind of good stuff. So Ryan came out and so kindly helped me with that. And we did a story. We did a story with Officer Antoine Holloway at GR Whitfield in Grimesland. And he is just... He's a school resource officer, and he is just incredible. And you saw it, Ryan. I mean, like, kids were high-fiving him. Kids were having a blast. Like, you can just see the connection that he's making in the community. And what he does is when he's available or when he has time, and it's not like for the whole day, it's just when he has time, he goes in and he plays with the band class and the orchestra class. These kids have really gotten to know him, and you can see the impact that he's making on the school with just being in a class and being surrounded by those students. They know who he is,
right. I remember when we shot it, it was more of a day in the life, and we got to know him, and we spoke to one of the students and one of the music teachers, and everybody was just enthralled by his ability to be there, connect with the kids, and also play a really awesome instrument. It was a day that will always stay with me for my time here at the station. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Where can people find you, and where can people watch 9 on the positive side?
All right. So let's start with the 9 on the positive side. You can watch 9 on the positive side, 7:30 Saturday mornings over on WNCT. If you miss it, not a problem, because guess what? You can watch it Sunday at noon over on the Eastern North Carolina CW. And I'm telling you, if you just want something to make you smile, laugh, or just be inspired by what a lot of people are doing across the country, I always say, we want to know what's happening in your communities. So we know there are good things happening all over, right? If you can send us a story idea, that would also be really helpful, because we really want to know what's happening where you live. So you can send your story ideas to newsdesk@WNCT.com, or you can reach out to me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page. It should be under Courtney Cortright. And I also have a Twitter, which the @handle is CN Courtright. You can also type in Courtney Cortright. You can find me over there. And you can also shoot me an email. That is probably the best ways to get in contact to me. But, if we want to see more good news, right? So it all starts with, the people in your community. So please reach out with somebody who's doing something inspiring, or just something that, would make someone feel some type of way.
Great. So thank you so much for joining us today, Courtney. And can't wait to have you up here again.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to be back.
Nice.